Hi, so this video is going to be the first 5 rooms you should build when starting a new game. Want a digger, a researcher, and a construction builder? Perfect. Decrease husbandry, decrease calories, we don't want that. Reroll it. That's okay. Snores loudly, no way. That's a horrible one. Yeah, that's perfect. Now we've got the 3 people. The first thing I want to try and do is show you the laboratory. Now, you should always build a laboratory around your printing pod because that's a natural source of light. And if you see here, for a lab, 2 things you need are 2 science buildings and a light source. So, for the sake of expediency, just going to cave some stuff out here. Do you know what? Harvest some plants. Right, we need to get some metal ore to start this off, so... Actually, that's going to collapse, isn't it? Cancel that. Dig there. Perfect. Also, we could dig this out. So I'm just digging these out just for the ore more than anything else. Don't worry too much about it. So let's just keep on the same schedule. So, building, digging, researching. So, let's go to the stations, get a research station directly close to the light. And we'll get a basic power set up here as well. Do you know what I'm going to do? Put that a little bit further out, and I'll tell you why in a second. Because there's a good chance I'm going to dig down here and get some water. So we get that set up, and we'll put some cots further along. Generally, you want rooms 4 tiles high, and 64 is like the best, I'd say. So the lab we're going to create around here. Eventually I'm going to put a ration box somewhere else so we don't have to worry about it. Next thing I want to talk about is the latrines. That should have been higher up in the priorities. Can I dig something out here? Priority 6, just to make sure it gets done ASAP. Drop a couple of toilets in a wash basin. Yeah, they're going to pee themselves. Not the best start. But eventually that's going to show you what I'm going to do for the next one. Now, the next room I want to talk about is the washroom. You can see if you go to the room overlay here, that's blocked in, so that's why it's highlighted in blue, and that's a washroom. Sorry, it's a latrine. Latrine just needs toilet and a wash station. washroom, no latrines, no outhouses, and it needs to be fully plumbed out. But for now, that's probably a good start. So that's number 1. Don't forget to assign your research. So, just going to go for advanced research straight away, just so I can show you guys. Do you know why they're not digging down there? Totally forgot to put a ladder. Just harvest some of that, get some food out of it. If I didn't cancel that, all that would have went to the bottom of the water, and it's not good. Let me just copy that. Just proactively lock this in so I don't have to think about it too much. We don't have any cots yet. Let's get some cots set up. Do we have cots? Don't think so. Which actually brings me to the next room I want to talk about. So the next room is going to be a barracks. Easy one. +1 morale just for having this, but make sure you've got enough space for beds. For the barracks, the widest one's 64 tiles. So... I'll tell you what we can do. Just to try and nip it in the bud. Put a couple extra beds in there. And then put a door in there. And that should bring us up with the next room. Now there are ways to advance these rooms, like the latrine you can upgrade, the barracks you can upgrade. Science room you can't, but don't worry too much about that. Let's get all these out of the way. Let's dig out some space here, and I'll show you the next thing. So what we're going to build up here is going to be like a mess hall, and somewhere to store the food as well. And quick tip here, you should always be researching. So for the mess hall, we're going to need meal preparation up the top here, so we can get the mess table. If there's loads of stuff on the ground, don't worry too much about it. It's not going to make a major impact on your building. I suppose we can use this as well. So it's what, 1, 2, 3, 4. Might as well put a quick door there. Technically we can use this as a room. So let's get another dupe to help us out here. Increased agriculture. Perfect. So on here we're going to have the mess hall. Mess hall. Let's just do it over here. So for the mess hall, The two things you should be researching is a water cooler, and if you go down to the bottom here, go down to decor, and you get artistic expression, and we're looking for the hanging pot. Those two things added to a rec room, sorry, added to a mess hall would upgrade it to a great hall. And as you can see, the morale bonus of 3 boosts up to morale 6, which is a big jump. Okay. So we've got 2 of our rooms sorted now. That's the barracks there. It's +1 morale. Now, you're probably thinking, if you're just starting out, why is morale so important? Well, the higher your morale, the more chance your dupes have got of getting upgraded skill points. And also, depending on how they do it, they might activate like a perk that helps them temporarily boost other things about them. But overall, high morale is always good. So we're on cycle 3 now, it's not too bad. Now for the schedule, you can change it around, so they've got like only 2 downtime and 2 bedtime, and you don't really need bath time, but you've got to remember to do that stuff. As you can see, fallen sand can make things annoying, but nothing too much to worry about. Now, for the rations box, that actually makes a lot of sense. You make like a... You make like a little alcove here. What we're going to do is we're going to try and fill this with carbon dioxide. And the reason for that is because it sterilizes things. And I can't remember the name of the YouTuber that does it, but I'll put a link somewhere. But this guy is like an OG oxygen not included YouTuber, knows exactly what he's talking about, and he's Irish, which is always good. Oh, this guy's gonna get blocked in, I've got a feeling. Oh, this guy's already blocked in. Looks like we're gonna have to dig that. Priority. Not priority, emergency. It's the first time it's ever happened to that. Never seen that before in my life. We can have a dead dupe. Oh wow. Oh, there's nearly 2 of them gone. That would have been a game over right there. So for the furniture, we've got mess tables. Just pump some mess tables in there, combine that with a water cooler. And that should bring us to mess hall. Now all you need is a hanging plant to try and upgrade this to a great hall, but it's not essential first time around. Don't worry too much about it. Just try and dig that out. Now to get the carbon dioxide you will need to upgrade your power to get the coal generators, so that's a bit more advanced. Let's just get more research in here. Might as well just go for the artistic expression and show you exactly what goes on there. Now, don't know if they're idle for a reason. So we harvest all these. Just dig some of that out. So for the stations, we've got the supercomputer. I'll place that here. But of course, before that, we're gonna put one of these guys here. Priority 6 it. And for this, we're going to put priority 4, so what will happen is all the food will be taken out of that one and put into the top one. Now this is going to be driving people crazy, the fact that it's not perfect. Don't worry too much about it. This is just for educational purposes. Normally my rooms are a lot more neater and tidier. One thing you'll notice is if there's gaps, you'll lose the room bonus. So let's seal this off. We'll watch this in real time. Boom, there you go. So 1, 2, 3, this is going to be 4, and the 5th one is a bit more advanced. The 5th one, for research, going to need to go all the way up to the top. And what we're looking at is ranching. We're going to have a ranch, which basically allows us infinite food, if maintained correctly. So we'll have sustainable food, we'll have sustainable power, we'll have latrine, all the basics you need for any base. All foods, priority 6. Everyone should be working on picking that up. So let's put a supercomputer in there. Extend the wires out so it's got something to work with. Dig that out. So once that supercomputer is done, we can upgrade the food aspect. Just going to throw a temporary battery down here. Don't need to worry too much about it. Just for my peace of mind more than anything else. But everyone's working away. Everything seems to be good. We've got a couple of eggs down there, so that's handy. Might need to make an omelette out of that. But the main thing we need to do is focus on getting the ranching skill up. Because you do actually need improved farming and critter ranching to be able to get this to work. Just go hard digging for now. Just so we can clear this out. Make it look a bit more neat. Ah, we need an advanced researcher as well. So, on the skills, you need advanced research to use a supercomputer. Just something you don't really think about if you're used to playing the game because you're just going into the flow of it. So that's going to take a little bit of time. So as you can see, we've got the laboratory here. And the best thing about the laboratory is it gives 2 bonuses. The first one, if you've got light, means you're going to research faster. Also, if you've got the lab bonus, it's going to make research faster as well. And the total combined, it's like 25% faster. So I'm not saying it's essential, but it's going to cut your time down a lot. As soon as you get to automation, it means there's less stress on your dupes to do things, and then you're going to be able to advance a lot quicker. The advantages just compound and compound, so things can only get better. Like we've got another skill, so let's do the advanced research. And make sure Ruby can research. Now, in the quest to make all this as fast as possible, I forgot to put down way to make oxygen. My bad. Don't worry too much about it. Okay, research. Let's get into ranching ASAP. Now, the supercomputer does need a source of water, and the research station does need a source of dirt, so... Tell you what we're going to do, we'll use this bit of space as the ranch. So 4 high. Tile it off. Oh, that's not it. So this guy that's good at digging, who did we give the digging to? Amari. So Amari... top priority for him. Grossman. Okay, so... improved carrying. I don't know what you do. Yeah, let's just go with the carrying for now. It's always a safe option, especially when you're still in the excavation stage of events. What's the power looking? Technically, we'll put a coal generator down here. That's great news. Just make sure that CO2 is okay. Now the base there should have been a bit bigger so you could have space for 2 ration boxes, but it will sterilize it with the CO2 from the coal burner. Stickler for making sure that wires are tidy. Now it's not the most efficient way of doing things, but this is just for educational purposes, so that's my excuse. I'll lower the fuel threshold to 5 or 6 because that means it needs to go all the way down before it gets sorted. Let's just grab as many as we can just so we can get this built as quickly as possible. Like I said, this is going to be the ranch, so... if you don't have enough... you don't have enough natural food to keep you going, you can just put some planter boxes down temporarily. Put them full of mealworms. Now, is that... yeah, that's still a mess hole. For a second I thought we wouldn't have a mess hole because it might have been too long. So normally a hanging plant is preferred, but just do one of these, I'll show you how it can help. Turn a mess hole into a great hole. Ah, I normally see people use hanging plants, and I'm assuming that does make a difference. Now it's a great hole, plus 6 morale. And that's going to work out great because it's going to make sure you guys are getting things done better. So, get a rock crusher on the go. It's not essential for the tutorial, but... just cancel this. So we've got a critter feeder and critter drop off. And in the stations, we should have a grooming station as well. Now, if someone's skilled in ranching, then they should be able to bring the critters in there. So for a stable, all you need is a grooming station and a room that's 12 tiles, up to 96 tiles. The bigger the room, the more critters you can put in there. We should see this turn colour. There you go. Stable. Now that's everything. It's all 5 rooms you need, basic starting out. So you've got your stable, solid food source, great hall, boost of morale, barracks, super quick and easy, laboratory to boost your research, and the latrine is a small morale bonus, but it also helps keep the smell down to a minimum as well. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.